You know, over the years, I've kind of fallen down that weird little rabbit hole called the internet and found some gardening things that are kind of unique in my garden. I tell you, I did that so you guys don't have to do it. And I'll tell you 3 different weird things that I got in my garden growing right now, 2 of which have paid off immense dividends. 1 we're still out on yet. Those 3 things are my comfrey, my walking onions, and my Cold Hardy Kiwis. Now let's get started with the comfrey. The comfrey has to be the gold mine of my plant. Yeah, I do know that comfrey's got some medicinal benefits, but I do not use comfrey for a harvest per se to take into the kitchen and use in my cooking. This is not something that I use at all inside the house. This is something I use out in the garden. Grow it in the garden, stays in the garden. That comfrey, I use it all the time for a growing mulch. Basically, it's free mulch for myself, free fertilizer for myself. That comfrey plant grows up huge. They got these big leaves I can lay down, keep the weeds out, keep the soil moist in the summertime, and that breaks down. And those leaves are nutrient rich because those plants have these deep root systems that go down and they essentially mine for nutrients. And they bring those nutrients up, put them into the leaves. I chop down the leaves, put them all over my garden. They decompose, and it provides me with a lovely, lovely, rich, moist soil that I can grow huge onions, huge garlic, huge tomatoes, you name it, huge sweet potatoes, you name it, I can grow it. It seems like it really, really, really has got my soil in the right place. So that is the first plant that I would suggest that if you go down a rabbit hole looking for, plant yourself some comfrey. The comfrey is also a great pollinator plant. If you leave them so they go up to flower, essentially they'll attract hummingbirds, they'll attract all kinds of beneficial insects, they'll attract all kinds of different pollinators. So it is definitely a dual purpose plant in my book. Now, number 2 has to be my Egyptian walking onions. Now, I went and online and I found these guys. I believe I got them off of eBay. I also got the comfrey plants off of eBay. The first like 5 or 10 starts of those I got off eBay. I'm well over to 60 plants now. And I couldn't tell you how many walking onions I have right now. Those things just keep multiplying. Those aren't really a perennial per se, but basically they grow up, produce these little bulbules on top of the onions, and then it flops over. And then a whole new set of bunches of onions just pop up. I got them all over my yard, or all over my garden this spring. And I tell you what, they are delicious. I use these guys for like a green onion. And most importantly, I use these guys, I'll take them and I will chop them up, throw them in the dehydrator, and make this green onion powder. It's got like a little bit of a sweet taste to it. But man, it makes my mouth just water talking about it. But it's got a awesome flavor to it. It's something very, very unique, and it's very, very unique in my cooking. Except for my twin brother. I mean, I gave him a few bulbs, and he's been doing the same thing. So I guess we're both unique in that sense together. But those walking onions have been a pride and joy in my garden. I love those things. I have given away so many of those bulbules to different people all across the United States. It has been very, very beneficial for me. So I would highly suggest that you go out and look these guys up. All you're going to need is just a bag of bulbules, and then you plant those guys and let a few of them go to seed. And that's all you need. And once they go to seed, they'll produce the bulbules on the plant. They tend to flop over. At that point in time, you can harvest those bulbules and plant them elsewhere. And they just keep coming. It's the gift that just kind of keeps coming and coming and coming. I've never had to go out and purchase more of these guys. Same way with the comfrey. That's a perennial. It keeps on coming and coming and coming. Now, the one thing that the verdict is out on this is... Now, the one thing that the verdict's still out on is going to be my Cold Hardy Kiwi vines. I planted these guys 2 years ago. They were 1-year plants, so they should be going into their 4th year. Last year was their 3rd year. This year, I chopped them back immensely, and I did some pruning. I did a little research and found that I need to be pruning to a single vine. or a single stem and let that stem grow up. So hopefully this year we'll get some fruit on those guys. I am hoping for a very bountiful harvest in September. I just put a video out on pruning, on how I prune those guys. I'm not sure if that's the correct way of doing it, but if I can get little kiwi berries that taste just like kiwis, it's just gonna be another great fruit addition to my garden. I love eating my strawberries. I love eating my apples. I love all kinds of fruit, growing fruit in the garden. We had cantaloupe last year. Those things were fantastic. So I'm hoping to get another fruit addition to my garden, and a very, very bountiful one at that. So I got 4 plants. Stay tuned, and I will let you know this year if we get any fruit off of those guys. Click that subscribe button. So tell me in the comments down below, join that Dirty Fingernail gang, and let me know what are some things that you have just planted randomly off the internet. I know I've done tomatoes, melons, different things like that, but what are the things that have worked for you that you planted that was a random thing, and all of a sudden you decided, I'm just gonna grow this year to year to year to year, and you have grown those year to year to year. Let's have a conversation down below. Let all those people out there in that audience know what you have grown. I'm telling you, there's a lot of different things that we can grow. Maybe I'll take one of your guys' ideas and grow something that's kind of out there on a limb. I'm always looking to try something new every once in a while. Don't get me wrong, I still have my stable crops like my onions, my peppers, my garlic, my tomatoes. I got all those still out there, but every once in a while I do like to have something that's just kind of off the beaten path. I think it makes it well worthwhile to have those things in your garden. It makes gardening fun. So let me know down in the comments. As always, people, hype the video, give me a thumbs up, click that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Join that Dirty Your Fingernail gang and join us down in the comments. Cheers, everybody. God bless.